Okay, from far, it's looking beautiful. Up close, whole other story. What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back to my almost non-existent channel. And the reason I say that is because I haven't posted in a really long time. But I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses. It is what it is. These last few weeks, last month and a half or so, I have been completely sucked in by this story with Amber Heard. I don't know, is that the case for you guys too? I have just been unable to stop watching, like, video after video after video. And you know, the funny thing is that Johnny Depp, I had never considered him, you know, nothing out of this world. I neither liked him nor disliked him. I just, you know, the type of movies that he made were never my type of movies, so I never really kind of became a fan until now. Like, I am 100% completely a Johnny Depp fan now. So thank you, Amber, for that. You know, this whole thing, it brought up so many feelings for me that I have never felt such contempt and disgust. Is that how you pronounce it? Disgust for someone that I don't know personally, as I have felt for this woman. And the reason being that I know what it feels like to be DV. I don't want to say the word. You know, whatever, all the things that she accused him of, I know what it feels like to be that victim because I have been there in many different occasions throughout my life. And I don't want to get into it because it's not what this is about today. But just because I know how serious this is and how painful it is, and watching her get up there and just blatantly lie and make up all these things and just, you know, suck at it. Obviously, so she's not even a good actress because she couldn't even pull that off. So yeah, it just makes me feel like, you know, there's got to be a special place for people like that, you know? And I just feel really bad for her little girl. But anyway, this is the longest intro ever. Today, as you can see from the thumbnail, is just a good old get ready with me. We're just gonna play with some makeup, just chill, relax, and just talk about things, you know, just in general. What's new with me, you ask? Well, I have this new, well, not new, I pierced it again. So I have that, and hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get like a hoop just like those, because that's the way I like it. I have a tattoo here, a new one, not this one, but that one, and that's just, I'm just playing with this. It's a temporary one because I want to figure out like the placement of it. So I started playing with temporary ones before. You know, before committing to something permanent, and I want to get this one redone. Well, I'm going to leave this, but I want to just, you know, the date no longer applies. I get a lot of people asking me what that date means, and it's just that day I had a near death experience, and so that date was significant, except it happened again later on, so this date is no longer the last one, and so therefore I want to kind of just write over it, and so it's gonna kind of come across, I'm thinking leaves, flowers, just kind of wrapping around. So it's gonna be crazy. And hi, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Nancy. I'm a 56-year-old woman who loves and is obsessed with skincare and makeup, and I am also a beauty advisor at Sephora. But by no means does that mean that I am a professional makeup artist, because I'm not. I am so happy to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing and joining the family. And I'm gonna shut up now and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's pull this hair back. I'm gonna just put a scrunchie on it. My hair is so past due for coloring. I had to spray the roots today to cover that up. And by the way, if you are looking for a good cover up, dropping it, this is a really good one from L'Oreal. That's what I use, and it does a phenomenal job. My hairdresser has been sick, and so for the last 3 weeks I haven't been able to see her. All right, today I'm gonna do something that I am not perfectly comfortable with, and that is to do my eyes first. The reason being that I want to put a hydrating mask as I do that. So let me grab those and I'll BRB. Okay, so I have two that I really like. This one is from Depology and this one is from Dermatology, and they're very, very similar you know, they're just like water gel eye masks. So since I opened this one, I'll just put this one on. This is the one from Dermatology, and they were nice enough to send this to me. And this is not a, what do you call that? A sponsored video or anything like that. Not at all. I just figure while I do my eye makeup, I can be hydrating my eyes and at the same time pick up any fallout. They're very slippery. That's the only problem. Typically I like to do these if I am like laying back, you know, watching TV or something, because that way I can just keep, they won't slide off as much. And but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how long I can keep them on. You know, as they dry up, they tend to kind of stick better. So it's at the beginning that they're really slippery, but that kind of goes away. And I realized this video was supposed to be about makeup, and here I am going off into a tangent about skincare. And now working at Sephora, you know, I get a lot more exposure to new products. I get to try more new products. Anyway, all right, let's see how this goes. Okay, we're gonna start off by putting an eye primer, and this one is from Sephora. I think this is pretty new, and I've used it a couple times. I really like it. The only thing is that it doesn't have any color. So if you're looking to cover up like veins or any type of pigmentation, this is not going to do it. This will, however, help the eyeshadow become more vibrant and, you know, stay on longer. So I will go ahead and put a little bit of concealer over that, just so I can have that be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna use this one from Kaja because it's a color that I had ordered a while back, but it turned out to be too light for me. For this purpose, it's perfect. After doing that, I go in and set it. I'm gonna be using the Becca I forget the name of it, but I'll list everything, all the products that I either mention or use, I'll list them down in the description box. But this is just a translucent powder, and it's got that little sifter on it, which I love because it keeps the mess to a minimum. Okay, so today I thought we would do, since I'm wearing a peach top, I thought we would use the Huda Beauty. This is the Desert Dusk. It's an old palette, but it's got these beautiful tones. And so we are going to start. What are we gonna do? First thing I do is grab, anytime I sit down to do my makeup, I grab one of these, a color switcher. You guys, this is like a lifesaver. I couldn't do my makeup without one of these things. I'm gonna use this one here and throw it on the crease. And just start building that up slowly. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one eye with you guys, and then I'll do the other one off camera, and that way we save some time. As you see, because I have hooded eyes, I bring the transition shade, which is this one in this case, really high up, because I have a lot of space here, but I don't have a lot of space on my lid. So I bring it up, and then I will create this up here as my crease. And the way I do that is I take a brush like this one here that is sort of long, and it will kind of create that crease for me. This is from Morphe, by the way, but it doesn't have a number. I'm gonna go in to this color here. Kind of makes me a little nervous, but because that's pretty intense. But let's see. Let me bring it up a little closer. Oopsie. Then I go back in and just kind of blend that, the edges, just to kind of bring it up a little more. And when you're holding your brush, hold it lightly. I have learned over the years that I used to put a lot of pressure when putting eyeshadow, and then I would get frustrated when things didn't blend properly, and it's because I was putting way too much pressure. I'm now gonna go in with this one here. It's like a darker orangey with that same brush. And focus this one more, still on the outer part. Okay, so I'm gonna try to darken it a little bit now, and I'm gonna use this brown over here, this one. And for that brown color, I'm gonna use this brush from Japanesque. It's number 712. And you see how this little brush is like slanted? Yeah. So I'm gonna pick some of that brown. And I'm just gonna push it into the outer part. And continue blending just by tap, 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 tap. And go in with that blending brush that we were using before. And then tap again over it. And then I go in the crease. Okay, and so now we just have the inner part, and for that I think I'm going to pick this shimmer here, that one, and I'm gonna try with a brush first, and if that doesn't work then I'll just go in with my finger. This is just a flat shader brush, any flat shader brush that you have. And there it is. So I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so both eyes are done. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this now. And now we move on to the rest of the face. Before I do that, I'm just gonna take this black liner. This one's from Marc Jacobs, but you can use any black liner. I'm just gonna tight line. Okay, I tried adjusting the lighting a little bit. I know there's like some shadow on this side, but sorry guys, this is probably as good as it's gonna get. Let's move on to priming the face. You guys know I always use a primer for glowiness, but my sunscreen is glowy enough, so we're just gonna skip that one today and just move on to a pore filling primer. And I lost the pore filling primer that I had pulled out. Where the heck? I hate it when this happens. I found it. It's let's try this one from Essence. It's got a thick consistency. I only just put it in this area. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, this one doesn't do a great job at filling the pores. It does create a stickiness, which will help the foundation stay on better, but as far as pore filling, no, not much. Let's put on a little bit of one that I know does fill the pores. Aside from my good Touche Eclat YSL, the other good one, I'm sorry, I'm reaching everywhere, is this one from Smashbox. And, okay. Okay, so today I thought we would play with this foundation, the one from Rare Beauty, which I stole from my daughter with a couple of other things I took from her. She's not even aware. Also with this one from Charlotte Tilbury. Actually, I think I may just do the one from Charlotte. I have to see what the color is like. So I just put it on a little tray because I like adding, this video is all over the place. I like adding this complexion enhancer or like highlighter from Saie, and I just pump like one in. I don't know. I just love the way it smells. To be honest, I think I use it more because I love the way it smells rather than what it actually does for the skin. So I just boop, 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 just mix it in, and then I do like a test swatch. I forgot, I haven't used this foundation in a while, so I forget if the shade is like way off or if it's just a little bit off. We will find out. All right, this is my Morphe beauty sponge, which I like a lot. The only two things I like from Morphe are this this sponge and their setting mist, their continuous setting mist, and some brushes as well. All right, seems okay. Seems a little light, but oh my god, I love that scent. Love it. This lighting is really bothering me. See, this foundation doesn't have a lot of coverage. That's like a second layer. And you can still see my dark spots, which is okay. I still prefer this coverage. I you know, full coverage just adds like 10 years to your face, honestly. In my opinion. I get a lot of mature women that come into the store, to Sephora, and they, you know, they want to cover everything, not realizing that just by the fact that you're trying to cover so much, it just kind of brings more attention to it because it cakes up, you know, it gets dry, it looks dry, and it just looks worse, in my opinion. I always do the ears also. I'm weird, I know. I do my neck and my ears. I have to keep going like that because I don't want to hurt. I just got it done a few days ago, so it's still a little sensitive. Okay, so now for concealer. This one I took from my daughter's room. I'm so bad. This one I guess apparently blew up on TikTok, and it's from, oh my gosh, I should have looked up the name before, shouldn't I? Okay, let's see. This is the shade Light Medium, and it's from WinkyLux. And I've always been curious about this brand. They sell it at Target. I always wondered how they stayed in business when no one used to like ever talk about them. But apparently they were doing something right. All right, so this is the shade. That's what it looks like. And I don't know if it's gonna be too light for me or what the coverage is like, but we are about to find out. Okay, that was just one tiny drop, and just like the foundation, I like to go light on coverage for the eyes as well. I'm not loving. Okay, let's see. Okay, looks okay. And it feels nice and comfortable. Like it's not drying. Nice. Okay, I understand now what the commotion was all about. All right, and to set that, I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath like under eye powder. So I'm just setting that. It's so thin, this powder, that it just like it flies off, like if you're not careful. I always set that because I tend to get a little shiny, especially if I'm having like a hot flash and then I sweat in my face, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go back in to the palette and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did at the top. For the most part, I'll do at the bottom. So I'm gonna speed through this part so as not to bore you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take that same pencil and tightline. Okay, I'm gonna do now my brows, and I'll be using this product, Pomade and a Pencil from Too Faced. And I have it in dark brown, and also I'll be using this pencil, same shade, because it's a thinner point. This one is sort of the whiter one, so, and it's a pomade, so technically it's supposed to set things in place. It's been so long that I've done this that I've honestly forgot how to film. I'm like struggling here today. I'm gonna go ahead and set it with this clear brow gel from Benefit. Okay, moving on to the face, I have this new bronzer from KVD Beauty. It's a really like serum type formula. It's very light. And it's very similar in texture to the Charlotte Tilbury wand, and in color as well. I might have applied too much, so I'm just gonna bring it over to that side. It sinks into the skin very quickly. It doesn't have a ton of pigmentation, so I feel like this would be good for someone who wants to maybe be introduced to liquid cream products and is intimidated, because this one is, it's kind of hard to mess it up because the pigmentation is so forgiving, if that makes sense. I'll be honest though, I'm not too crazy about it. I prefer this one from Saie. I like this one better. I don't know, I think it's a matter of the shade. I don't know. Let's try putting a little bit over this one and see what happens. I mean, I may end up making this look really muddy. Oh gosh, I think I did. But see the difference? I know, with this terrible lighting, I'm so sorry. Yeah, see, that's KVD. It almost like disappears. So I think deep down I just don't like cream products, but you know, it's like all the new products that are being released are mostly cream nowadays, so you know, I kind of just jumped on that wagon. Yeah, that looks From far, I'm looking in the mirror here, my vanity. From far, it looks okay. Up close, it looks muddy, but we're just gonna pretend it's fine. We're gonna keep moving forward as we do in life. I recently just got this one gifted to me from a benefit, and it's this shade. I originally had this one, but I had it in the original, which was a bit light for my skin tone. So because this thing is kind of looking muddy already, I'm gonna use a stippling brush, so like that, so it doesn't pick up a ton of product, because this shade is my shade. But I'll use this one to kind of set that mess that I have going on there. See, and now it's not shiny anymore, and the pores are not as visible, which is why I like layering powder products over it. Oh, I had this blush pulled out that I just got from Sephora in this purple, my very first purple blush, but since I ended up doing peach, we're gonna have to find a new one. Okay, I've got this from Alamar. It's got two nice peach, well, this is like more yellow, and so we're gonna use the one in the middle. I think I'm gonna stay with that same stippling brush, but a smaller one, a smaller stippling brush, because don't want to pick up too much. This is kind of like, this color is kind of intimidating. You know what? I think I'm gonna just mix these two. Boop. And then I just get rid of some in the back of my hand until I determine whether or not this is too much. Not really. That barely showed up. So I'll do another layer. Oh boy. Okay, now the clown has made an appearance. Now I'm clowny. Okay, but we are gonna go ahead and deposit it, and then I'm gonna go in with that bigger stippling brush and then blend it in.